The sun is shining slightly. I'm still wearing my hats though, partly to control my hair, which needs a haircut. It's reaching ponytail level of length, which is far too irritating for me. So, but it is a cold day still, so which is a reason why I'm not quick to shave all my hair off. If I do not get to the barber soon. Um, yeah, today is quite bright, but still cold, with more snow and thus ice supposedly coming in a week or so. But the forecasts keep changing basically every day. It gets pushed further back slightly and then sometimes pushed forward. So it may arrive, may not, but yeah, we're still in the comparatively small ice age, so that I'm wearing the ice age hat. So for this time of year, when you see me wearing this hat, it means Birmingham is experiencing its ice age, small ice age, the Brummie ice age. And yeah, yesterday, from Argos inside the Northfield Sainsbury's, I ended up buying this shaver razor, speaking of having a haircut, because I've not given myself a haircut in not sure how long now, and I was going to get another professional haircut, but I saw different. There was a circular gadget I saw online for shaving your own hair, and yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should give it a go again. It has been a while. So, and if it does not work out, I can go to the barbers and they can sort it out. And, it should be less than £20. It normally is, especially if I've cut most of the hair off myself and have just a 5-second job to neaten it up. So that might be fun to do, despite my manual dexterity and hand-eye coordination being terrible, even with my glasses on. But someone on Reddit was reminding me of something I did try years ago, the old monitor trick, of course, to attach a monitor, so effectively to be a mirror, attach a monitor to your laptop, wherever your webcam is attached to, and position it in such a way so as to give yourself a view of the back of your head or the side of your head, whatever you're working on. I tried that years and years ago. Maybe it helped a bit, but yeah, it will be fun anyway. First time will be clumsy, I'm sure, but maybe I can pick up some tips and work out how to do it. You can also use it for facial hair. This was about £20 to £25. They had one or two a little cheaper, but they said you had to come back either the next day or a week later or something. I have a lot of things on my list to take care of, so he just wants to tick something off, even if it means paying a little more. And it's Philips. Philips is a good brand normally, so I presume there's a 2-year warranty or something. But it does have self-sharpening blades, apparently. It's from the 3000 series. I think my first head hair razor was Remington. I think it was Remington from men. I think they make men products. I think it was Remington. Also from Argos, a long, long time ago. So yeah, these things are pretty cheap now. 60-minute runtime, self-sharpening blades, 6 length settings. So I just briefly opened it yesterday. You get a bag for it, manual or warranty, and maybe that's the manual, and different clippers. 3-pin plug, another type of trimmer, brush. Usually they come with oil to help you clean them, but there's just a brush here, no oil. And then the actual blade, which feels quite light weight, which is great. That's a good advantage. So I will try that out at some point once I've charged it. From the actual Sainsbury's store, I saw this Stamford Street custard. I think I have the receipt over there, so I'll fetch it in a bit. But thinking of doing another roast potatoes and custard video. My original one has got long lost, and also I was living in a very it was a very abusive household, shall we say. I was a very dangerous person. So I might be able to upload it, but it's going to be very triggering going through all that again. And it would be nice to do a modern video to show what my legendary roast potatoes and custard recipe looks like. So I can make that in a mostly more stable home. Chaotic when my flatmate is depriving me of sleep and stuff and not doing any chores. But she's been leaving bread all over the kitchen, like half-eaten bread, and it's just anyway. So, but at least she's not, beating people up and stuff. So she's, safe in that way. So I wanted to do another roast potatoes and custard video. And I know I was going to go to Aldi for the potatoes and the custard, and they'd be cheaper, but I ended up buying a bag of potatoes. They may not be the cheapest, but I really wanted to buy these to show them because, first of all, if you look at the packaging, as it says, free from plastic, so that's great. Carbon neutral, supposedly, root zero, grown in Britain on plastic free, sustainable spuds, remove CO2, recover the planet. At 1.5 kilograms, and I think they were £1.90. But there you go. You can even see them. It protects the potatoes from the light. It helps to stop them from spoiling. It reduces plastic. Why? Because it's sitting there on the Sainsbury's shelf, and I know it's a slightly new, pioneering thing, but it should not be new. In fact, I'm sure we used to have this sort of packaging more often before, I guess, companies switched to cheaper plastic. But you're looking at it, and these are the only type of products at Sainsbury's that are in this type of packaging. I believe Aldi have none. But even at Sainsbury's, everything else is plastic, and you're just thinking that is completely the wrong way around. It's better for the environment, surely it's better for the potatoes. We have this need to inspect everything, and with food especially that makes sense, but we risk spoiling the food. It's like Schrodinger's cat, where you do not know whether the cat is alive or dead until you open the box. Is the potato already sprouting? Is it not? But then if we open it up, then we are affecting reality. So you just have to trust the process and hopefully get a refund if something goes wrong. But, I did also buy some crumpets. Reduced to 22 pence, so it said, on the sticker, and I was thinking to myself, do I have to call someone over like you do at Aldi when you use self-service checkouts and have the price reduction? But then I noticed they had placed a sticker over the main barcode, so I thought to myself, it's a self-checkout machine will know. Anyway, I scanned them and it came up 90 pence. I thought, I'll just buy them, I really couldn't be bothered. So I was cheated a little. They were supposed to be only 22 pence. And they were Warburton's branded. So particularly nice crumpets, and this was for 6, I believe, and I was hoping to pay only 22 pence, but they did an Aldi. They did not be like when you go to one of the staff, like when you go to a cashier at Aldi and they scan too quickly and do not input the reduction code. And we get the price. The root zero potatoes were £1.90. The Stanford custard was 44 pence. The Warburton crumpet 6 for 90 pence, but should have been 22 pence. And the final item, I was really impressed with the price, especially for Sainsbury's, which can be a bit more expensive. The Stanford Street Co. mushy peas for 39 pence. So I think that may be cheaper than Aldi's. Mushy peas are very similar in price anyway. It's 300 grams, but it feels like it's quite a small tin, but weight-wise, I suppose that's about the average for mushy peas. But 39 pence cannot be too bad, can it? Even if you do not get a great amount. So that was Sainsbury's. My total was, they're trying to guilt trip me, with Nectar you would have earned 3 points. My total was £3.63. So it should have been less. Should have been much closer to £3, but they did not honour the reduced crumpet, so that's annoying. That's Argos, £25 per sarsi for the Philips 7-in-1 beard trimmer and hair clipper. They were amazingly fast. I used the self-service kiosk like you normally do. Hummed and hard and looked at the different products. Some you could not pick up the same day. I was really determined to tick this off my list. And then I was putting the order. I was panicking a bit because no receipt was coming, and it said you need to. Even after I tapped my contactless card, it was asking me. It had the same message asking me to pay. And I was thinking to myself, if I tap it again, I know I'm going to be double charged. Should I quickly log into my account or something on my phone? But then suddenly it started printing the receipt. It was just a bit slow. Anyway, I wandered about a bit, trying to look for the least anxiety-inducing place to stand while nervously waiting. But I barely found a position when suddenly I heard a number get called out, and I did not even hear 13 necessarily. I just thought there's a number, and there was no one else waiting. It must be me. And I could see actually as I approached, even being short-sighted, I could see that it was a box that looked to have a Philips branded shaver, and yeah, sure enough, 13. So I was feeling really poorly. That's one reason why I was weak with my response and my thank you, but also I was stunned. I was thinking to myself, I just placed that order. Okay, maybe it was not looking that busy, but still they have so many shelves to go through and things. But maybe this item is ordered a lot or something, and she was just really on it because I was hardly standing there at all. And so that was a really quick service from. It does not tell me this is the receipt from the machine that they just stamp when you give it to them. So I've no idea. And what her name was, who was working Tuesday the 27th of January. But thank you for your quick service. Thank you, Franklin Beaches Road. Yeah, thank you for your quick service. And then out Birmingham Hospice, I was feeling really low and lost, and I was just wandering a bit aimlessly. I ended up walking to Reilly Castle, as I'd not been there for a while, and I spent £10 in total. My father likes collecting cars and things, and I saw these old, very traditional looking Royal Mail vehicles. I'm not sure if I've ever seen one like that before from an era gone by, and then a slightly more modern looking Royal Mail, but still from the days gone by. And they even say the bygone days of road transport recaptured for you to collect. I wonder how many other brands and stuff they've referenced their products, but they were £3 each, so I thought that's good. The bygone days of road transport beautifully recaptured in this superb collection of die-cast model vehicles of yesteryear. Trucks, vans, buses and more, they're all here, many featuring famous brands and household names of the past and present. There's something in the days gone range for everyone. Happy collecting. There's grit spread they're showing, and London Transport Bus and Spam. And it's Ledo, not Lego, Ledo Collectibles. So yeah, when I visit my parents, I've booked a coach, and the weather gets a bit safer after all this snow and ice, if we are actually going to get more snow and ice, we're supposed to. I can give those to my father, and hopefully he does not have any of them in his collection, but we will see. The person who served me was Joe.P. And where is it? The next or final item for the charity shop is this £4 lead. Now I thought it might be a HDMI converter, although I did actually have one or two, but so I have a mixture of older consoles and much newer consoles. These leads are handy, and they're probably similar price online. But anyway, I picked it up. I saw the old components, composite, whichever, cables, and sure enough, there's no actual HDMI, although you could attach a converter, I suppose. In fact, I have one for the Wii. But yeah, this is the Wii, and this is PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2. And then this one, I'm not sure what this is for. Does anyone know? Don't think this is PlayStation 1, but there's no marking on it, so I'll have to work that out. And yeah, and then you've got your cables, and there's a switch, HDTV to TV. You can see that, so you can switch. But yeah, no HDMI, but that's okay, because you can always attach that, and I think it still will serve a purpose. £4 does seem a little dear, especially for a charity shop, but things are getting dear at charity shops. I have been for a while. And it was just a spontaneous purchase. I'm sure I can put it to good use. So maybe I can use it to test that PlayStation 1 I bought as part of a gaming job lot for £100 from someone on Facebook Marketplace. I've got a mission to try and at least get £100 back, of course, but ideally make profit on top of it. So I need to test the PlayStation 1 still, and if these, I'm not sure if that's PlayStation 1, but if this, I'm getting a bit confused now, because the only thing is, I'm not sure if I have the converter to convert these into because I have I've got a 4K monitor, very modern, that I can hook things up. I think I might have the converter, otherwise I can buy one online, but I need to have a think about what cables I need for what projects. But anyway, it was £4, so it was not incredibly expensive, but it was a little pricey. I felt like I bought 3 things from Poundland, but I think I only bought 2. They had a 500 milliliter mouthwash, Colgate's branded, I believe, but it was it £3? And I'm sure these were only £1 each. Yes, something actually costing £1 at Poundland. Listerine, I'm not sure if I've used Listerine branded before. But anyway, just seems a bit too chemical looking, doesn't it? But anyway, 250 millilitres, obviously 250 plus 250, that gives you your 500 for just £3. So, and I thought that way there's 2 different flavours. So it's spearmint versus moulded minty. But I mean inflation and all that, but I'm sure Poundland used to have 500 millilitres for no more than £2, £1.50, not so long ago, but maybe it was a year or 2 ago. I've not been in Poundland that much this year, well, on and off. It is only the 28th of January, but I suppose it's inflation stuff. So yeah, I have some potatoes, I can make some custard, and I'm thinking, because I have a plan to, 50% cook or 75% cook, whatever, a veggie burger, and then place it inside some homemade pastry, along with some cheese, to make a cheese and veggie burger pasty. But I was thinking I could make a version with custard in as well. If there's not too much custard, would that work? Would the pastry hold the custard okay? Especially if, because I was thinking originally just assume it will be heated sufficiently well inside the pastry. I'll have to be careful with the timings, but I would like to do that. So that's something on my mind. Yesterday at Creative Support there was a 4 Pillars of Health group, and it's about overcoming mind traps. That's one page actually, there were more. I was lost in my own world, but the lovely Megan who was doing it, is very attentive and a very lovely person. And you're trapped with the thinking, I can't do it, and you can have the mental reframe of I can try, for example. That's what I put. But yeah, it's just it's often just being around different people, regardless of the activity. Like a positive peer pressure, social influence, it helps you and rewire your thinking, just being around people. So yeah, I think that's everything. that's all of my purchases. So yeah, thank you for watching.